Setting and maintaining an healthy boundaries in relationship will not just allow you to prioritize your well-being, but as well make you to practice your self-respect, which will lead to fulfilling connections with others, and as well strengthen your relationship, protect your self-worth in overall. Understand the importance of boundaries. Creating boundaries in relationship is not a bad idea, but rather it gives you an avenue to maintain your self-respect, to foster mutual respect between you and your partner, and also it creates an environment of emotional safety and trust for you and your partner. Then my number two will be to reflect on your personal values and boundaries. So, personal values is what everybody needs in a relationship to feel respected, to feel valued, to feel fulfilled. Personal values and boundary helps you to identify your boundaries regarding your emotions, your physical and social aspect of your relationship. So you should consider your personal value when creating your boundaries or when entering that relationship so that you don't lose your personal values in your relationship with your partner. Then my number three will be to communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. Do not assume your partners understand boundaries. If you do not communicate it and state it clearly for them to know, emphasize it, have an open communication, open dialogue, and active listening ear when you're trying to communicate your boundaries to your partners. This creates a good understanding and respect between you and your partners. Then my number four will be to set early boundaries in a relationship. Set boundaries early in your relationship. Never ever think this relationship is just starting. I need to take it slow. I don't need to be too principled. I don't need to be that. I don't need to this. No. In a relationship that is established on healthy dynamic boundaries, it begin with positive tones and prevent potential misunderstanding later on. If you did not set boundaries, then expect open doors of misunderstanding, miscommunication, misinterpretation without boundaries. So set that boundaries without leaving it to chance or because it's an early relationship. Then my number five would be identify and address red flags. If you find any form of red flags in your relationship, if it's disrespectfulness or manipulation, or your partner is controlling or dismissive behavior behaviors, you should try to sit down and address this, and do not leave it that okay it's going to change, or maybe because of you, or maybe because of your action is what have led to your partner be disrespecting you or be controlling or manipulative, have a dismissive behavior. Please address it, discuss any form of red flag, and if you know it's going to lead to something else that it will not be good with you, that this is I can't cope with it, please let that relationship go. So make sure you identify and address any form of red flags in your relationship. Then my number six will be trust your intuition and your gut feelings. Really, your intuition and your gut sometimes cannot go wrong. There is always something that your gut is telling you, and I can bet you 70% that that is right, even not 90% that you are right. When you have any kind of intuition or you have this feeling, sometimes it can even be a potential red flags in your relationship. When your intuition is telling you about something about your partner, make sure you address it. Make sure you find a way around it. Do not leave it to chances. Do not get misinformed or misled in it. So learn to trust your guts and make informed decision early before it is too late for you in that relationship. Then my number seven will be seek support and guidance. If you are in a relationship that you do not understand, or you have been in a various relationship and you find out it's always the same things happening or repetitive on of an attitude in your relationship that keep occurrence, I I would advise you to seek support and guidance from someone else in a relationship, or ask your friends, okay, what is this particular thing that is making me to lose my relationship? I find out this particular thing is what has been making me to have bad luck or to not get to be able to relate with people very well. So you can seek relationship expert, or you can even seek advice from your friends and lead to it, or from family friend or professional. Just make sure you fix that problem so that this same problem will not keep reoccurring, and this can make you not to have any relationship as the time goes on. Then my number eight will be to practice self-love and self-care. You need to prioritize your well-being and set some time aside to have a self-reflection and self-compassion. Don't be too hard on yourself. Even though we all have shortcoming, we are not perfect and we are not all angelic. Yes, there's always some bad and good in us, but the ability to walk over it and have control over the bad in us, it's what make the good of us. And just being today, I'm going to just going to smile throughout. I'm not going to frown my face. Or today, I'm just going to be loving to people. That is just the key. So make sure you first practice self-love and self-care. Your mental well-being, reflect on yourself and have compassion on yourself, and be able to deal well with yourself in your relationship. If you can't love yourself, nobody can love you more than yourself. Then my number nine will be to foster empowerment and independence. All the independent woman, let me hear you say ho ho. Yes, empowerment and independency in a woman is one of the strong pillar in a relationship. It encourages us to pursue our passion, our hobbies, our personal goal to boost our self-esteem. When you have a very high self-esteem, I bet you it's very difficult for you to find out, okay, you don't have a boyfriend or you're not in a very good relationship, because those are the things that will attract your right partners with you. Nobody want to be around someone who have a very low self-esteem. And one of the way we can boost our self-esteem is when we are empowered and independent. So whatever our hand can find, let's do it. Do it. Just do that thing. Do not run away from empower yourself and be an independent woman. Then my number 10 will be the journey of growth. You need to grow. We can't remain in the same position and we want a better changes in our output. If you are not growing, just make sure it's going to affect your self-respect. It's going to affect you setting good boundaries for yourself. It's going to even affect your self-discovery. So, but your growth, when you're in a journey of growth, it makes you have your self-discovery, and it encourages you to acknowledge yourself and establish an healthy patterns in your relationship. So grow in the way you approach people, grow in your work, grow in every aspect of your life. Do not be stagnant or retrogressions. Try to grow every day in your relationship with yourself and with others. And my number 11 will be I want you to celebrate every successful boundary you've set for yourself. If you set a boundaries or you have a milestone and you have achieved it and it's worked for you, celebrate it and go to the next. Do not just think it's one of those things. Just acknowledge that moment when you set boundaries and address any form of red flags in your relationship, and it works well, because when you practice that, when you celebrate it, it gives you a kind of positive reinforcement in order to overcome any form of next challenges or limitations, and it as well build your confidence and motivate you to continue prioritizing your self-respect, your values, your everything over every other things. Then the last but not the least is normalize boundaries in relationship. I want you to just not just set boundaries in your relationship to just attract the man of your dream. When you have boundaries on almost all aspects of your life, it even give you more attractions in your life, that people you attract more positive people to you. So make sure you have a boundaries in your social life, a and when you have this healthy boundaries or in all round of your relationship, it makes you live in less negative path, but rather you always want to live in a positive vibe and a positive environment. So it is time to stand tall, to practice self respect, set that healthy boundaries, and create the future where you are honor, where your worth and nurture relationship is even lifted to a higher dimension. And if you have loved all these tips I've shared with you, please, I want you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my empowering content that will guide you towards creating a meaningful connection with your partner. And remember to comment and share with friends and family. And until next time when I'll see you, bye.